Hello again, Guardians, and welcome back to the channel for another Destiny content related video. In today's video, we're going to be playing a Cauldron match from Trials of Osiris last week during Trials of the Lost. In this video, we're going to be detailing some changes of Trials, we're going to detail the good and the bad side of Trials, and we're also going to go over why I like this Trials this time around over the Trials that have been in the past. First though, if you enjoy this gameplay, drop a like on the video, it definitely helps out the channel, and then definitely share it with your friends. Comment down below any questions or concerns or any comments that you may have. Moving into this video though, what are the big changes of the Trials of Osiris during Festival of the Lost? Festival of the Lost come up every year, 2 weeks out of the year, during the Halloween time. Now they decided to change Trials of Osiris with this festival, making it to where you can't revive allies and there's no active radar. The other small minute change is because it is during Festival of the Lost, they wanted to make it a little bit more spooky, meaning they decided to add a little spider that crawls down your screen and some weird noises in the background. Not very impressive, but all in all, makes it for a very interesting game, especially when you have a spider crawl down the left side of your screen occasionally. Moving on though, what does it mean to have no revives and no active radar? Well, it means you don't have shotgunners rushing into the middle of the map to kill the entire team right away. You also have a lot more people being able to take the time to use some sniper rifles on some sniping lanes, which means you might have to learn how to counter on snipers, but then again, you don't have those apes running in with shotguns to kill you right off the bat. Now, if you do play Trials fairly well and you understand the sounds coming into your headset, and you understand the active zones where people like to run, you can still use a shotgun. If you do this effectively, you can still shotgun, which is nice because what you're going to want to do effectively as a tip and trick inside of Trials during the Festival of the Lost is check your corners. Look for opening doors. Listen to noises. If you hear anything that's not in the location of your actual fire team, make sure you investigate carefully. Don't run around a corner and rush that corner right away because there could be a shotgunner on the other side waiting for you. Remember, they're also listening for any different changes inside of the battle to allow them to win. So if you do hear something off the beaten path, go and investigate, but make sure to check your corners before you run around them. Next up, you're going to have your teammates. They're the most viable part in Crucible for you. If they go down, they can watch that person that's highlighted that they've been killed by. Now, highlighting that target allows them to follow every single one of their movements. Make sure that you know the map callouts and the locations of the maps. That way you can effectively go and know exactly where that person is because your teammates called them out. Another thing that's a big change is that whole revive thing. Now, the revive thing is really, really interesting, and I really do wish they keep this inside of Trials for a permanent fixture. Why? Because if you can't revive a teammate, that means that you still have an optimistic chance of doing a 1v3. 1v3 meaning, say your entire team dies, but you have a self-res warlock on your team. If that self-res warlock were to revive, they have a chance with a buff to their actual shield and a bunch of solar grenades, maybe even fusion grenades, to stick a couple of the enemy teammates and to also try to win a victory over a 1v3. Now beforehand, if you were doing a 1v3, if you killed one of the guys, you still had two of the guys that could have revived one of them, allowing them to still have a 1v3. Another thing, you can still come back from a 2v3, you can still come back from a 2v2. It's really interesting how this Trials works. And if you do have a team of all self-res warlocks, it's pretty broken and overpowered. So if you've never went flawless in your life, make sure that you get a team of all self-res warlocks and give it a try this time in Trials. This week, it might actually be your first time going flawless because, for one, the entire other team, the opposing team that you're facing, will most likely not have that many self-res warlocks. Self-res warlocks can sometimes get up to 2 to even possibly 3 self-reses during a Trials match. So that also means that you have a 3 chance opportunity possibly to self-res and come back from a victory that you might have actually lost. So that's really cool, really awesome. I kind of wish they'll keep this little fixture inside of Trials, but most likely it will go back to the old ways where there was shotgunners, snipers, and radars, and people knew exactly where you were. I like the fact that you can't know exactly where everybody is all at one given time. If somebody's coming up behind you, you won't know unless you're paying attention. Make sure that you turn your corners. Make sure you check behind you, in front of you, to the left, to the right. Make sure you check around the corner that you're about to go around. If you jump off to the left while going around a right-sided corner, you'll be able to get the better edge on a shotgunner that might be waiting for you around that corner. Remember though, if you're facing off against a Matador, most likely 9 out of 10 times they have enough range to kill you, so be prepared for that. Don't die to some stupid shotgun by not paying attention. Moving on though, a heavy round is very important as well. If you can ambush a heavy round like I am here with a self-res warlock, you can actually get the upper hand. Really cool that I was able to self-res right there and get the victory over the team just because I was able to self-res, throw a fusion grenade at the Titan, and I was able to kill him even though he killed me. That's what I mean by the overpoweredness of a self-res warlock. Now, for this, I'm going to let you guys enjoy the rest of this match. I hope a couple of these tips and tricks helped you, and I hope you guys understand why I like this Trials of Osiris over the old Trials of Osiris, because I do believe it's a fair chance for everybody to finally win Trials. Now, if you guys have never been flawless, let me know that down in the comment section down below. And also, if you have been flawless, let me know what kind of loot you've gotten in year 3, or whatever year that you actually went flawless in. Again, Guardians, I will see you all Starside in the next video. Okay.
Good shit.
I had him. I seen him. I was chasing him the
Where are
entire
you? We
time.
gotta celebrate.
Weapon down, Guardian. Fight's over.